Hello. Welcome back to the Melon Live Show. Hope you guys had a great couple past weeks. Last week had a vacation day, so I didn't get the chance to stream. But I'm glad to be back. Glad to talk to you guys about streaming. As always, if you haven't signed up to Melon, we have a free plan, we have standard plan, we have a pro plan. We have something for everybody. If you're trying to expand your content, reach a bigger audience, Melon is super important, especially with our multi-streaming capabilities. Being able to reach multiple people and multiple destinations at once is really important, especially in the live streaming trends that are going on today. So make sure you check out Melon. Yeah. And if you haven't, join the community. It's a bunch of really smart people, from beginners to advanced, all in the live stream. I'm sorry, in the community. And it's great to learn from. I learned from a bunch of the people in there every day from just chatting, seeing how different people use Melon to create content and reach their audience. So today, I got a bunch of questions about audio. So I thought it'd be a good time to talk about just different sources of audio and then how to improve the actual audio. So we're going to talk about microphones, the different types of microphones. We're going to talk about using Melon to increase your actual audio. So the tools that's built into Melon to get your audio going. So why is audio important? So naturally, when I think of live streaming, people think of video is the most important part of the actual live stream, but audio to me is one of the most important things that comes with live streaming, right? Because if someone can't hear you, the video is kind of pointless, right? So audio is super important, and especially for repurposing, it's super easy to use it in multiple instances, and go and cut up the content, use it on TikTok, use it on YouTube, use it on Reels, but the audio has to be there. So today we want to talk about that. And there's a bunch of different factors that come with that, right? So your price point, the quality, where your mic is positioned, all of those kind of play into part. So we're going to go over a couple of things like that, and then go from there. So there are mainly two types of microphones that you'll see a lot of times with live streaming. You'll see USB microphones and you'll see XLR microphones. USB microphones are easy to set up, and they come with different features and benefits to it. XLR to me are more pro. You get more detail, more precision, and being able to shape the sound with an XLR. But sometimes it requires more tools, like having an interface. But if you really want to dial in on the quality and the sound, then XLR might be for you. Typically USB, you can get them slightly cheaper, I find, but there are some really good XLR microphones that aren't that expensive at all. So it just all depends on your setup and what you want to do. You'll see a lot of podcasters, they're starting to use different mics. Like this one is the new Blue Sonar from Logitech. To me, incredible mic. I love the way it looks. Beautiful looking microphone. The setup is really easy. This is the XLR, so it does require an interface, but really great microphone. The sound quality is great. The controls on the back, I'm trying not to mess up the sound quality too much, but if you pop off this little tab on the back, you can adjust your presence and your bass. So provides, like, you can really dial in for what you have going on. So it just depends on your price point, where you want to start at, is what type of microphone that you actually want to have. So you want to consider all of those things when you're doing your stream, because if you're doing more just like reaction videos, you're just talking about your content, you don't necessarily have to invest in a super crazy microphone. But if you're doing podcasting, you're doing more interviews where the audio is really the main draw, you want to make sure that you're dialed in and getting the best quality that you can. So Blue Sonar is one that I would recommend. Another popular one that I also have is, pull it right here. This is the Shure M7. Great quality. This is a USB and an XLR mic. So you could kind of switch between it. And I mean, to me, this is like a pretty standard one. I think I prefer the Blue Sonar just for over the sound quality. and just the look of it. To me, I like the Blue Sona a little better. But great mic is the Shure M7 is a great mic, but I prefer this one here. You'll also see the Blue Yeti. So the Blue Yeti is really popular, and they're fairly cheap, and they give you a bunch of variety of different things. So with certain microphones, uh, the insides, excuse me, I'm forgetting the exact word, but you can adjust the direction of where the conversation is going. So you can adjust it to sit in the middle of the room and it'll pick up in like a circle, or you can adjust it to be close to you, or you can adjust it to be further away. So depending on what atmosphere that you want to have the microphone in, those offer a lot of good features and changes that you could do for that, but also not break the bank with it. And then for the super low budget entryway, you'll see people use the Blue Snowball. To me, I started off with that. Well, it was one of my first microphones for streaming. All around great. It doesn't really offer any customization. It's a microphone. You plug it in and it works. Of course, you can adjust the volume through whatever program you're using. But other than that, it's just, it's a microphone. But it's a step up from using just your computer microphone. So you want to avoid wireless headphones with live streaming. To me, a lot of times it causes a delay. So sometimes it works great for me, and then I've had times where it causes like a crazy delay. So having a conversation or doing an interview, it will kind of throw you off a little bit, and I feel like you start talking over people, and it's interruptions. So I prefer wired headphones. And then the mic quality to me is a little better when it's wired in. If you're using wireless, sometimes the quality isn't as great. So you just want to just be wary of that, and try to get the best situation for that. And then it's a bunch of accessories that you could find that will actually help with the quality of your microphone. So like you'll see on here, we have the foam covering, but you can get pop filters. Will keep your P's and your S's from overly peeing, because sometimes when you say a lot of P words, it makes a pop, and it comes off like a bass sound through the microphone, which can be kind of harsh to people's ears. So doing it this way, putting a pop filter on there, it's something to kind of guard, and it'll put a barrier between the sound and going directly into the mic, which gives you a better sound quality. Let's see. You want to try to avoid clipping and distortion. Clipping is a no-go for everybody. The worst thing is like you're on a live stream, you're listening to somebody talk, and you hear really distorted, especially if you got headphones in. It's terrible. If you got headphones in and you're hearing distortion of audio, it can drive away viewers. Really hard to listen to. So you want to make sure that you're checking your volumes, making sure your volumes at good levels for everybody, and it's a good experience. You want it to be loud enough to where it translates well. So if you hear it on the phone, if you're listening to it on a computer, it sounds good everywhere, but you don't want it too loud to where it's like you're getting that crispiness and the harsh and popping, because it's just not pleasurable to listen to for anybody. So in Melon, there are a few features, and I'll pull them up here, that is built in to help your audio automatically sound good. And I recommend everybody turn these on. So if you see here, I have a screenshot here of the audio settings. So once you're in Melon Studio and you click here right beside your microphone, it'll pull up your volume, your inputs, your outputs, and then we have echo cancellation, which helps with background noise. It helps with any feedback, especially if you're not using headphones, because when the audio is playing out, it's feeding into the microphone also. So the echo cancellation will help keep everything nice and quiet. It suppresses all the background noise, so it's not noisy. If you got the AC running in the background, it helps with that. All of those little things add up, and the noise builds up on your actual stream. So you want to try to avoid that. So echo cancellation, I recommend to anybody. They have the stereo audio, which is if you have a stereo audio input, which most people won't. Sometimes you do, but like say, for example, you're hooking up like a DJ rig to a Melon, or you're playing music from a mixer. then you would turn on the stereo audio option. That's just using left and right. But most microphones are mono, so it's one output. So for that, you don't use it as much, certain circumstances, but also good to know that you can hook up external mixers, and microphones and DJ equipment. We get a lot of DJs asking for how to set up their DJ equipment so they can stream their live performances. So if you want to do something like that, the stereo audio is where you want to go. But you just want to make sure that you turn off the echo cancellation when you do that. And then a feature that I really, really love is the auto adjust mic volume. So what it does is Melon just automatically gains your volume to where it thinks it should be. So if your mic is too low, it'll increase the volume. And then if it's too high, it'll kind of push it down. So that way you kind of get the optimal volume and you don't have to keep tweaking your settings all the time. Melon will kind of just figure it out for you, which makes it really easy, because sometimes if you keep tweaking and moving the knobs, the consistency kind of goes up and down. Some streams you'll be really quiet, some streams you'll be really loud. So overall, that is a really good feature to have in Melon. And then, sorry, I got too many mouses around me. As you can see here, this is like the guest panel on the side, and you can control your guest volume also. So if you have a guest in there and they're too loud, you could also control their volume, turn them down, turn them up. So it makes it easy so the guest doesn't have to feel like, okay, I need to be fixing audio while I'm doing this. They could focus on creating the content. So let's take this off. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know in the chat. Here to help. We're here every day on social, in the community, answering questions, helping people get their live set up. So if you have any questions about getting stuff set up, if not now, just leave us a message on social, and we'll get back to you and we'll help you out, get everything set up. And another thing that I see people do is they want to include like mixers, or include multiple audio sources. So Melon naturally doesn't allow you to put more than one audio source, but there are third-party apps that you could use. One is called Loopback, and what they do is it creates a virtual mixer. So from there, you could create almost like an output. So you could have mic 1, mic 2, and another source, and you could group it together, and then you can mix it and blend it in that third-party source and then run it directly into Melon. And that way they get the full spectrum of audio. So like I have turntables right over here. If I want to include my turntables in this mic, I would group it together using Loopback or another software similar to that, and then just use my audio settings and include it there. So yeah, that's pretty much the overall thing with audio. The main things is you just want to keep noise from being in the background. You want to get close up to the mic, have the mic in a good position, talk loudly. I mean, not too loud, but you want to speak confidently. And then picking the right mic for your actual voice. Mics are kind of weird. You'll see with a music artist a lot of times, they prefer a very specific mic for their voice, because different mics change the tone of your voice. That's why I like this Blue Sonar, because you could change your present, you could change the bass. So if you have like a super bass heavy voice, you can either take some of the bass out and make it cut through a little bit more, or you want to accentuate on the bass, you can adjust all of that right on the microphone. So I really love that for that. So you can kind of personalize it, and it's really simple to set up. But like I was saying, with XLR mics like this, you often need a microphone. Interface, which is going to power the microphone. And you'll see Phantom Power or 48V, which is going to power the mic through the XLR cord. So those are good things. But to me, an interface is a great thing to have, especially if you have like speakers and you want to include different audio sources. The interface makes it really simple and really easy. So yeah, from there. I've been getting questions about content, just as far as like cutting up content and repurposing it. So I'll probably do some lives on that. I've been seeing a bunch of different little questions, and we have some really cool updates coming. I've seen the Melon team really working on a bunch of different stuff. So I'm excited about those updates, and we'll keep them coming as they come out. If you haven't tried streaming to Trovo, Trovo is a new destination that we just got integrated with. So it's super easy to sign up, and you could just add that to your destinations to stream with. Streaming to one place is fine, but if you could save so much work and automate the process by streaming to YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, LinkedIn, all at the same time, so you can reach a broader audience. So by doing that, you reaching more people and maximizing your awareness. So adding Trovo to that list, super simple. And like I said, it's a growing platform. So anytime that you see a growing platform, just like TikTok was a growing platform at one time, and now it's huge. The people who adopted that really early on, they benefited from it. They really saw benefits because they were early and learned the platform and got the benefits of being there first. So Trovo, I think, is going to be one of the same ways. So it's a great place to start if you're doing, like, they have from gaming to just chatting. So it's a big variety of content. We also updated the background audio recently, adding more to the playlist. So you can add, I think we tested, and it was maybe 200 songs to the actual playlist. We added some more controls like shuffle, repeat. So all of those to make it easier to go about streaming. And yeah. So if we don't have any questions, I'm gonna get off of here. But next week I'll be back and give you guys some other knowledge. Please let me know in the Facebook community if you have any questions, or is there anything that you guys want to discuss. I'll be more than happy to try to break it down and explain it to you guys. Yeah, happy streaming. I hope you guys make some great content. And I hope your message gets out to more and more people, and you enjoy your live streams, because I know I will. I'm going to try to create some content this week. So hope you guys enjoy. If you have any questions on Melon, support@melonapp.com, and we're here to help. Thank you.